Hello, good morning and welcome to the AM News with me, Mapisa Sibidi. In our first story, the family of a missing Lands Commission staff is hopeful their relative would be found alive. It's been almost 5 months since Rodolin Amodako, who turned 33 yesterday, went missing. The police have provincially charged her husband, Dr. Wilberforce, a lecturer at the Petroleum Department of the KNUST, with kidnapping. The family says the disappearance of the mother of two has left them in pain. Ohiminteria of our security desk visited the Accra home of Rodolin and has come through with this report.
Rodolin Amodako, a staffer at the Kumasi office of the Lands Commission, would have turned 33 today. But the mother of two, described by the family as loving, caring and lively, is not available to observe a day which usually comes with pomp and pageantry. Her disappearance means no Christmas celebration for her extended family. For the family, it is hard to contend with the harsh reality of her disappearance.
It has been extremely difficult. Very, very, very difficult. Because this is the first time the children are not seeing their mother for Christmas. This is the very first time. And if they keep asking where the mother is, what do you see? None of the family celebrated Christmas this time. We are all looking forward to seeing our daughter. So to us, this Christmas didn't exist.
Members of the extended family, including the mother, sister, aunties and uncles, have been meeting on New Year's Day to pray and discuss the way forward for the disappearing Rodolin. The family is optimistic their relative will be found alive. As optimistic as they are, the family is not sure when Rodolin would return to the family. Charlotte Aqua, her aunt, is the family spokesperson.
We all have the faith that he is still alive, being kept somewhere by these wicked people. And we pray and we are trusting the Lord that he will bring her alive to us.
And how soon will this happen?
Who knows? We are waiting on the Lord. 1,000 years is like a day before the Lord. So all that we are saying is that he is the Lord. He is a faithful one. He knows everything. He knows where Rhoda is. We are pleading that the time of waiting should be shortened for us.
The family has, since the disappearance, received psychological therapy support from the police. But the family is challenged in dealing with Rhoda's two clever but emotionally traumatized children, who keep asking questions on when their mother is returning.
Definitely, they will ask. They are not seeing the mother, they are not seeing the father. Isn't it heartbreaking for these little ones to go through such a thing? And the man should have thought about the case before kidnapping the wife. So it is very difficult for all of us. At times you will have to go and hide somewhere and try and you weep or try and find out or think about what you are going to tell the children. It is not easy at all. It's not easy. And I don't think it will be easy till we find our daughter.
Meanwhile, Dr. Wilberforce Agri is expected to appear before the Asokwa District Court on January 14, 2022. Reporting from Accra for Joy News, Ohiminteria.
Let's go to Kumasi, where the Ashanti Region Otumfo Osei Tutu II is asking teachers, education and employment ministries to resort to the use of dialogue to reduce industrial actions. He says not only are students at the receiving end of such frequent actions, but they also affect education in general. There's more in the following report.
Speaking at the 6th Quadrennial National Delegates Conference of NAT, the Asante Region urged teacher unions and government to use consultative dialogue to build consensus to eliminate frequent industrial actions.
It does get truly disconcerting when industrial relations break down in education and teachers abandon their classrooms and lecture halls. Obviously, those who really suffer in this are the innocent children. The distress caused to the poor students in any industrial action is incalculable. The
District Director of Education for Takoradi North, Mrs. Teresa Pebu, has charged parents in the area to be supportive of the education of their wards at the basic level. She admonished parents to encourage their children to be in school by providing them with basic tools needed to help them stay in school. There's more in the following report by Anas Sabit.
Children at the basic level do better in school when parents are involved in their academic lives. These early years of schooling are an important time for parents to be informed and supportive about the child's education and to set the stage for children to develop and grow as young learners. With children in rural schools the most affected when it comes to their parents' involvements, the District Director of Education for the Takoradi North District, Mrs. Theresa Prebu, has called on parents to be concerned with their wards' education.
We have a lot to do as parents. The first thing we can do as parents is to encourage our children to go to school and learn. Children should always be in school. So parents ensure that your children are in school and they are learning, and that you provide them with their basic needs so they'll be able to concentrate on their learning. If a child goes to school and has no pen, has no book, they will not be able to write and understand anything. So parents, help your peoples, help your wards. They are the future tomorrow. When we are not there, we are gone, they take over from us. So let's prepare them for the future so that when we are not there, they take over. And our teachers, put up your best. We have been trained to teach the children. Do the right thing in the schools. Teach them the right thing so that our children will learn and in future they take up from us.
Mrs. Theresa made this call at the fundraising ceremony organized by Sirius Preparatory School. Founder and director of the school, Yeboah Samson Jr., charged government to extend support to pupils in private schools to help improve the standard of education across board.
I want to call on the government to support the private schools when it comes to looking at the standard or trying to look at the Ghanaian child in terms of examination writing. Currently, we are going to the students in Ghana are going to write exams at P4 level, and I am very much aware that the private school was not considered. So if we want to get the standard for Ghanaian students, I think the private school should also be considered. Secondly, I want to plead that there must be a system to actually test the standard of the preschool, because that is the foundation. So if you can get a solid building, we need to lay the foundation very well. So I'm pleading that there must be a platform created so that we can actually have competition for the preschool and the primary level too.
On his part, Chief of Jibri Nana Amiao Kesebin II appealed to authorities to provide speed ramps in the area to help minimize the number of children killed by overspeeding vehicles in the area. We always record pedestrian knockdowns involving children in this area. Throughout the year, we've been recording such accidents, with only the month of July being the month without one. So we are appealing to authorities to come to our aid by providing us with speed ramps to help reduce these menace. Reporting for Joy News, Anas.
Bantamahene Bafo Owusu Amankwatia is pleading with government to turn his attention towards the developmental needs of the Ashanti region in 2022. He says Kumasi, the second largest city in Ghana, is gradually turning into a village. The chief wants the government to at least construct one flyover and complete 5 stalled hospital projects to ease congestion at the Komfonochi Teaching Hospital. He was speaking to the media in Kumasi, and Love FM's Erastus Asari Donko has more.
I want to thank His Majesty Osei Tutu II for providing effective leadership for Ashanti.
There is a general narrative that Ashanti region has not benefited from its fair share of development as the stronghold of the ruling government and the second largest city in Ghana. government this year initiated the construction of Kumasi's inner city roads, many of which have stalled. Bantmahine Bafo Amankwetia says it should be government's priority to at least construct one flyover to boost the image of the city.
When you look at the development in Kumasi, especially our roads, now we will say that the government has started, trying to, sort out the inner roads. But then what the problem really is, the sort of traffic jam that we experience in Kumasi, until the government decides to build overheads for this city, it will be very difficult for us to get over with this traffic jam that we've been experiencing.
Ashanti Region has 5 hospital projects at various stages of completion at Sewa, Aferi, Fumana, Konongo and Kumau. Bantmahine wants government to make them operational. Konfanochi,
apart from dealing with major cases, it's also saddled with minor cases because there are not enough hospitals in the Ashanti region. Because of this, I want to plead with the government that we have Konongo Government Hospital, we have Sewia Government Hospital, we have Aferi, and then we have Fomina and then Kumau. They've all not been completed. Some people are saying they've been abandoned. Fine, whatever it is, I want to appeal to the government that the way things are going, the only way out to help with the health situation in the Ashanti region, and especially the northern part of Ghana, is to make sure that all these hospitals, are made operational. When this thing happens, it means that the pressure on Konfanochi is going to go down.
He also tasked the new mayor of Kumasi to move traders to vacant markets to decongest the city center.
We have empty spaces in our markets that can house all these people selling on the streets. I think the issue is enforcement. People need to be told that we don't sell on the streets. We are telling the chief executive to try and make sure that he deals with this menace. I believe it's turning Kumasi into something else.
Reporting for Joy News, Erastus Asaredonko, Kumasi.
Principles of Promise, POP, a non-profit organization, has issued a disclaimer indicating that it does not operate a traveling agency that offers job opportunities in Europe and America. According to a communique from the organization, some unscrupulous individuals are using its name to lure and scam unsuspecting people who seek to travel and work in the Western world. Evelyn Kanga is the programs officer of the Teacher Support Unit of Pencils of Promise.
This group of people create accounts on Facebook which they use to advertise their operations. Some of these accounts are even sponsored. That means that these accounts are being paid for to pop up on timelines even when the people who are owners of these pages have not liked or subscribed to the scammers' pages. They make interested people complete online forms under the guise of COVID-19 because they make them understand that all their processes are online due to COVID restrictions. And they do this in order to prevent physical contact with these victims. They make their victims pay huge amounts to certain Momo accounts. Aside this, they even make them submit medical test results and make extra payments for certain transactions which they themselves are not even aware of. Now, Pencils of Promise would like to inform the general public that it does not engage in any travel and work abroad to the USA, Canada, or Europe. Pencils of Promise is a not-for-profit organization which is working to provide quality education globally. Anyone who does business with any travel and work abroad agency bearing the name Pencils of Promise does this at their own risk.
And that's how we end the AM News. For more news, you can log on to myjoyonline.com. I am Mapito CBD.